In the previous lecture, we saw how we can find out the last date of a month by using EO month, end of month. In this example, we want to find out the end of the quarter. Now we have the purchase date with us. If a purchase has happened on the 6th of November, then the end of quarter would be the 31st of December 2018. For the 10th of May, it would be the 30th of June 2019. And for the 10th of December, it would be the 31st of December. And for June, it will be the 30th of June. And let's make this August, or let's say July. So this would be the 30th of September. So I hope the problem statement is clear. We need to find out the last date of that quarter. It has a lot of use cases. Let's say for financial planning analysis, for your income tax filing, you need to find out the last date of that particular quarter. Now this means that if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, we know that if all of these are the months, then anything which is 1, 2 or 3 will have 3 as the quarter, and then 4, 5, 6 will have 6, 7, 8, 9 will have 9, and then 10, 11, 12 will have 12. Now this means that we can write equal to, let me just decrease the width, equal to, the first thing I want to do is to extract the month from here, which would be equal to month, and it gives us 11, 5, 12, 6 and 7. Now I know that I need to convert 11 into 12 because that would be the last month inside that quarter. To do this, we can write VLOOKUP and we will search for this value in our table array, which is column F and G. The result is in column 2 and it is a exact match. So if you notice, it is telling us that these are the last months in that quarter. The rest is fairly simple. We can write equal to date. Now my year is obviously the same year, so we can just select the year from here. Where it asks me for the month, I'm using this VLOOKUP, and where it asks me for the date, I will use, oh, we don't need to use a date because we need the last date of that particular month. We will have to use, let's see. Okay, so let me see if I can write the end of month, and my starting date is, let's say 2000. We can choose any year we want, and the month here is going to be this entire VLOOKUP that we wrote, and our day is going to be 1. Now this means that the result of this entire date is going to be the 1st of December 2000. When I find the EO month, it gives me the 31st of December, but we are only interested in the day. So we can just find out the day like this. And let me see if I've done this correctly. There seems to be something incorrect. Let's just quickly verify. So the EO month will need to have a 0 here. And you know what? I think we are still missing out on something. Let's quickly check. So we have our date. Okay, hold on. We have our VLOOKUP that ends at this point. Then we have our date that ends at this. Then we have our EO month that ends here. So we need to find the day and, okay, excellent. So we're getting the result. Let's just verify if you're getting the right results or not. So if I convert this into a date, we will get the 31st of December, the 30th of June, 31st of December, 30th of June, and the 30th of September, right? So we're getting the right answers. Like I said, it is a slightly long formula. It's not that easy, but once you get the hang of it, it will make sense. We want to find the year. We want to find the month. Remember, the month is coming from our lookup table. Then we also want to find the day. Now, the day would be the last day of that particular month, and we can get it by using this. Now, of course, there are multiple other ways of finding this as well. For example, we could have used another VLOOKUP, which would have helped us understand for every single month, which is the last day. Is it 28, 29, 30, or 31? Now, do notice that this will not solve every one of your problems. For example, Right now, if you're looking at a leap year, then it will count 29 days in February. But if you are looking at a non-leap year, then you would have to account for that. So we will need another if statement that works here. Just to give you an example, if I say the 1st of January 19, rather 2018, it gives us the 31st of March, right? But if I say the 4th of February 2019, it gives us 31st of March, which is working perfectly. The reason it is working perfectly is because we wanted to find out the last date of that quarter. But just in case you wanted to find the last date of February, you will have to make sure to remember that the formula might require some change, because if you were looking at the last date of February, you will have to account for a leap year, right? But if you're only looking at the end of quarter, then this works perfectly. Now let me show you how you can improve this formula even further. Now the reason I don't like it is because we are relying on an external table array, which is this one. How can we fix this? We can say that all the numbers from 1 to 4 is, or rather 1 to 3 is going to be 3. So I can simply write 1, 4, 7 and 10. And just watch carefully. And I will say that 1 is 3. Starting from 4, it is 6. And starting from 7, it is 9. And then starting from 10, it is 12. And how do we update it? Now we can simply say that we want to use a true match, which is an approximate match. And let's see why this is not working correctly. Okay, so we are searching for the month, which would be the number 2. And if you're searching for the number 2, it should have given us 3 as the result, and the 3 would be the month. Okay, we have to make the true here as well. Excellent. As you can see, everybody, we have improved the formula quite a bit, because now you don't have to write every single month. You can simply write the 4 month, 1, 4, 7 and 10. But how do I make it even better? Let's see. Now here we have written F:(G) because that's the table array, but we can just put two curly braces and I can create my entire table inside. So we say that 1 should be 3 semicolon, and then in the next row we say that 4 should be 7. Then in the next row 7 should be 9, and then finally in the last row we have 10, which is 12. And if you notice, let me copy this in the last line as well. So rather than writing F:(G), we are writing this, and you notice we get the exact same result as earlier, right? So we're getting the 31st of March, 31st of July, 31st of December, 31st of July, and the 30th of September. Now, what is the advantage of writing this very long formula? The advantage is that now we are not relying on an external table array, which means that I can just copy and paste the formula wherever I want to. And that's the best part, right? Now, to make it seem a little simpler, if you wish to, you can also add some spaces like I usually like to do. And if you notice, it makes the formula much simpler to understand. Okay, much better like this. And if you want to break every argument into a different line, you can do that too. So I can just break in my VLOOKUP every one of the 4 arguments into a different line like this. And then when we are working with the other VLOOKUP, I want to do the same thing. I want to break every single argument into a different line. Obviously, all of these steps are optional, whether you want to add the space or not. But I would recommend that you get in the habit of putting some spaces and breaking it into multiple lines, because that way it would be easier for you to keep a check on the formula that you're writing and to make sure that you're not making any mistake. Like I said, it is a long formula, so please spend some time, make sure that you practice this very well. But I hope you understood the logic. To find the end of a quarter dynamically, we can simply now copy and paste this formula in any data set that we want.